Well, hello everybody, welcome to another Abyss of Dagath workshop video where today we're going to focus on the changes that are coming to shields. There are some pretty big changes that are coming with this update, and the basic idea behind this is that they want shields to be better than they are now, and they also want to make it so that shield gating requires investment to be good. Because right now shield gating is basically the best defense in the game that also requires no investment. You put on a decaying dragon key and you're done. This is, and let's be honest here, very busted when compared to other forms of defense that require a lot of investment, whether it is through mods or arcanes. Inaros isn't that tanky on his own, you have to put on health and armor. Mesmer skin doesn't absorb much if you don't have any mods that support it. So it makes sense for shield gating to require some form of investment as well. So let's check out the changes here. First of all, shields will have more resistance. Currently, shields offer 25% resistance to all damage types, and this is going to be bumped up to 50%. This will make shields an actual good form of defense, which is a massive buff for shield-based frames. Then they're buffing a bunch of shield mods, starting off with fast deflection, which is now also going to provide a negative 45% shield recharge delay, so it will make your shield recharge start faster. This is in addition to what it already does, which is faster shield recharge. Then we have Fortitude, which has had its numbers buffed up a little bit, so the shield recharge value went from plus 80% to plus 100%, and its chance to resist knockdown went from 20% to 40%. And last but not least, we have Vigilante Vigor, which in addition to what it already does, which once again is give you faster shield recharge, will provide a negative 30% shield recharge delay. This is genuinely really good. I did not expect them to go this route. I actually thought they were going to introduce new mods that are going to shorten the recharge delay. So that's all the stuff that has to do with shields. Now let's talk about the shield gating rework. So the way shield gating works right now, it's kind of binary. It just looks at whether your shields are full or not. If your shields are full and something triggers your shield gate, you get 1.33 seconds of invulnerability, and if they're not full, you get 0.33 seconds of invulnerability. This is why people run decaying dragon keys if they want a shield gate. If you have fewer maximum shields, it takes less time to recharge them back to full so that you can trigger a full shield gate again. Well, that's not the case anymore, because after this update, whenever something triggers your shield gate, the invulnerability window is going to be based on the amount of shields you had. The scaling starts at 0.33 seconds with any amount of shields. This is equivalent to the old partial shield break. Scales up to 1.33 seconds with 325 shields, which is equivalent to a full shield break previously, and it will keep scaling up to about 1125-ish shields, at which point you can get up to 2.5 seconds of invulnerability. Now, the scaling is of course based on the amount of shields you have when you get hit, so it doesn't matter what your maximum shield count is, it only looks at the amount of shields you had when you got hit and triggered a shield gate. It also means that if you get hit once and it drains most of your shields and then get hit again, you will not get a very good shield gate. However, they're also still kind of keeping the old way of shield gating as well, and this is going to be done through a new mod called Catalyzing Shields. This is going to be good on warframes that can't get a lot of shields, or warframes where you don't want to stack shields. What it does is it reduces your maximum shields by 80%, caps the invulnerability you get from shield gating to 1.33 seconds, and then gives you a gradual curve on the shield gating duration based on the percentage of your shields. This genuinely seems like a cool mod that can add another layer of defense to a warframe that doesn't have that many shields. This is actually very similar to how they handled parkour back in the day, right? We had Zorencoptering to move around and they were like, well, this is cool, but please don't do it this way, and gave us parkour instead. Whereas here they took out the decaying dragon key nonsense, because on top of lowering your shields, the key will also cap your shield gate at 0.33 seconds after this update, and they gave us this mod instead. And finally, we have a wee bit of a buff for Hildrim, because her passive is now going to extend her shield gating immunity duration to 3.5 seconds. This just makes a lot of sense because, well, she's the shield frame. Makes sense for her to have the best shield gating. And that is pretty much it for all the direct changes to shields and shield gating. However, there is one more change they're doing to all warframes, actually. They're changing the values on shield, energy, armor, and health mods, and they're making them scale with the leveled values of shields, energy, armor, and health instead of the base values of those stats, while simultaneously buffing those stats on frames. Now, I've gone through the numbers, and my god, there's a lot of numbers here, because, you know, we have a bajillion frames, and the numbers are either the same or they're slightly better than they were before. So don't freak out when you log in after this update and you see your vitality, which previously gave 440% increased health, only give 100%. This also applies to Necramech and Arcwing mods, by the way. And that is pretty much it for the video, so let me know what you think about these changes in the comment section down below. I thank you very much for watching. I would like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your support, and if you would like to become a channel member as well, by the way, you can check out the memberships and stuff down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.